Hello and welcome to the beginner series of Microsoft Azure by justdoit.career. Today we are going to see the practical session for each and every component in the Microsoft Azure for the administrator certification. So if you haven't seen how we can create an Azure subscription, you can simply go to my channel and find out the playlist for Microsoft Azure for beginner. It is also in English and also in Hindi, so you can go whichever track you want and start your series. So first of all, we will create a resource group where all our resources will be belonging inside that resource group. So to create that, we just have to go to the dashboard or maybe a home page. So my dashboard is this. It looks like this when you launch for the first time, and if you are going to the home page, it will look like this. So in the home page you can select create a resource, or either there is another option called as create a resource in menu. So you can also click here and you can start by creating a resource group. So first of all, I'll type resource group and I'll find out the resource group icon. Now there is a resource group icon. I can click on create. This is my subscription name and I will name the resource group as per my need. So resource group is the bunch of the items that we are going to create inside this box. So it will be named according to our need that we are using that resources for. Let's say I'm using the resources inside this resource group as for finance purpose. So I will name it as finance resource group, or RG I can say, but you cannot leave a space in between the name. So you can use either a dash or underscore to create a resource group. So I'll for now, for the sake of demo, I'll name it as taste just do it.career. Alright, so this is my resource group name, and I will have to select the region as well. So in which region I want this resource group to be. It's not particular that you have to select the resources inside this resource group to be in the same region. You can change the region of the resources inside this resource group, but you also have to select the resource group region. So I'm from India, but I will use US region, somewhere around US West, US 2. Okay, so I'll select this one and go for it, create and create. So once the validation is passed, the resource group will be created and you will get this notification. And if you want to see all the notifications that you are getting by creating any different resources or doing any activity in Azure portal, you can click here and find out all the notifications and all the activity logs as well. So now I will go back to my home page and find out a resource group icon there and check out if any resource group is created inside that or not. Yeah, so the resource group with the name that I have given is already created now. So now that my resource group is created, I will start creating resources inside it. So what all resources we can create? You can create any of the resources inside this resource group that are available in Microsoft Azure. So for that, you can just simply click here as add, and you can select any resource. Just for example, I'll say storage account. Oh, I have done spelling mistake. Storage account. So I'll select storage account. Now I will click on create. So while creating it from the resource group, it automatically takes that resource group as the default resource group. If you want to create it in another resource group, you can simply click on create new and type the name of the resource group that you want to create. I can say demo, and you will see the in bracket there is a new written over there. So it's a new resource group that is going to be created while creating the storage account. Instead, you can just opt for the same resource group that we have created. For now, for demo, I'm taking the same resource group, and now I'll have to type the storage account name. So my storage account name would be demo. Oh, I can't type the uppercase, so you have to take care that you need to type a lowercase and a number. No symbols are allowed here. So just type demo storage, and that is one more thing you have to make sure that it's not a generic storage account, because it should not be present in any subscription in the world, because the storage account name would be a unique identity in the whole globe. So demo storage, I'll type my 01. It's not taking, it's taken, so I'll type another 01. Yeah, now it's available. So demo storage 0101 is our storage name. I can simply say just do IT storage, ACCOUNT. So this is a good name that I can understand that for my just do IT subscription I have created a storage account. So to understand it's so proper, and I don't have to give, if I have to add one more storage account, I can say 01 or 02. So this is best way to do. So let's go ahead and select the location. Currently I have by default it will select the location of the resource group, but you can even change that from here if you want to, but I am keeping it as it is. Then there comes the performance tier. So premium performance would be best performance that you will get, but the storage account cost would be higher than the standard one. So standard one will cost you less and will give you less throughput, but it's sufficient for the normal day-to-day purpose. Now if you go ahead and find there is a account kind, and yeah, there is an eye icon where you can hover and find out the detail of this particular name that is given by the Azure. So it is saying general purpose storage account provides storage for blob, file, table and queue and blah blah blah. You can read this if you have a time, but I'll just simply tell you that there are three types of account kind for now. That is general purpose 1, which is a version 1, general purpose V2, which is a version 2, which is the latest one, and you can even consider the storage account to be just for used for a blob storage. So I will select version 2, which is the latest one for now. Then there comes a replication. So in the replication there are a few different types of replication, that is the service provided by Azure, which is a local redundant, geo redundant, zonal redundant and read access geo redundant, geo zone redundant storage and read access geo zone redundant storage. So most of this has been covered in our theoretical lecture that I have specified in my video series. So you can go ahead and find out the lecture and find out what are all this replication pattern and how it will work. So currently I am selecting a local redundant because it will cost a bit lower than others. And then there comes a blob access tier. So there is two kind of access tier, one is a hot tier and one is a cool tier. And hot tier is the default one which will be selected because it will not cost us for day-to-day transaction, but it will cost for the storage that we are taking into the picture. But cool storage will cost you for the transaction, but it will cost very minimal amount for the storage of the amount of storage that you are using, because it's actually used for the archival process. So data here residing here in the cool storage is meant for the archival process. That means we don't have to use that data for a long time, and the transaction charges will be higher in this case. So we are going for the hot tier for now, and let's go ahead and click on next. In the next page you will see connectivity method. So if you want to use this storage account as a public network, that is anybody can access the storage account using the secret key or using the connection string. So you can select the first one. If you are not opting for the public endpoint like this, you can select the second option, which is public endpoint but for the selected network. So you can select your network that you have created, that is a virtual network you have created, to restrict this storage account for that particular network. And if you don't want to opt for the network as well, you just want one secure private connection for this particular storage account, you can opt for private endpoint, where you can add the endpoint that you want to opt for accessing this storage account. So currently I'm going for a public network, so anybody can access it, but don't worry, I'll delete this resource once my demo is completed, so nobody else can access this resource without my permission. So that is the case. Now the routing part is that you can even go for internet routing and or Microsoft network routing. This part I will skip and provide you more information in the next upcoming lecture. Now just click on next and go ahead for the data protection. So now in data protection you will see different options are being added now. That recovery option will be given to you, like you can turn on point in time restore, you can turn on soft delete for blob, you can turn on soft delete for container, soft delete for file share, and different kind of storage account. If you want to see what all different kind of or types of storage account is, you can go for the theoretical session and you can find out the details of it. I have already mentioned all of this type of storage accounts. Now this is how you can do the protection for your storage account data. And now we click on next. In the advanced section you can select secure transfer option, which is enabled by default, and you can even disable it if you don't want it. Then it allows you the blob public access to, which is enabled by default because we have selected the public accessibility, and you can even disable it if you don't want that. And you can select the TLS version. If you are a Windows administrator guy, you must be knowing what is TLS version. If you don't know, you can research on Google or somewhere else. I'll not go in the deep because it will take much time. Now I'll say what is now there is another option which is large file share, which will be disabled by default. We can enable it because file share is having a limit, and maximum limit that is supported by enabling this is 100 terabyte. So next option is a data lake storage Gen 2 option. So this is a very important option which you can opt for when you are a data engineering platform, when you are in the data engineering platform or a field. So you can enable it and consider this storage account to be working as a data lake Gen 2, and this will make sure that you will be using the storage account in the hierarchical structure fashion. Currently it's not a hierarchical structure, it's just a kind of filer option, that if even if you create a folder inside it, it's not actually hierarchically divided. It's just an object inside that folder. And if you go for this option, it will be hierarchically divided, and whatever folder structure you give, it will be preserved. So currently I'm not going for that. I'll just disable it and click on next. If you want to tag your storage or resources, you can tag it as per the name that you will be providing. So I will name this as my tags. Sorry, it's not tags. I'm thinking more about a tax, so I have written a tax. It's my tag, and I'll name the value of this resource as 1 because this is my first resource. So tagging it as a first resource, and I'll just click on next, and now it will be validating all the inputs that we have provided, and you can just click on create. If you want to validate again, you can see what all details you have provided. This is a review page, and you can click on create. Once you click on create, it will start deploying and provide you the notification of it, and you can even check this notification by clicking on notification icon. I will fast forward this process. Once the resource is created, I will come back and show you what we can do with that. Yeah, so we are back now. So my notification is saying that your deployment is successful, and even I can see here that your deployment is completed in this page. So you can go to the resource. It's giving a direct link, or you can directly go to this direct link and find out your storage account, or either I will show you another option, which is this is a storage account option, or also you can go from here in the menu bar. A storage account is there, so you can go and click here and go to this storage account page. In storage account page, you will see the resource that we have created, which is a storage account. So I'll click on this storage account and find out what all things we can get in the storage account. So we can see that there is a different and multiple options that we have already provided is being visible here in the overview page. So what all options we have given is that a location, the resource group that we have selected for it, and then subscription, of course, and subscription ID can be also visible from here, and my tag is also visible. So, and performance tier, that is access tier that I have selected, is hot tier and the standard one. And replication pattern I have selected is local redundant storage, and account kind is storage account v2. Because I have selected storage account v2, I can see this different type of storage account that is visible over here.